You know the feeling. We've all been there. That moment when something just snaps. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and honestly, most misunderstood human emotions, anger. And what we're going to see is that it can either be a destructive wildfire or a contained tool that we can actually use for good.
It always starts with something small, right? You're just driving, minding your own business, and then boom, somebody swerves right in front of you. No signal, nothing. Or hey, maybe it's not some stranger, maybe it's a friend. They say something that was supposed to be a joke, but it just lands wrong. It feels sharp, totally unfair. And that's when you feel it, that immediate rush of heat that climbs up your chest. Your voice gets louder, your words get faster. It's like your body is moving before your brain can even catch up. That feeling, that is the fire we're talking about today. You know the great 11th century scholar Imam al-Ghazali, he really got this. He had this deep understanding of that feeling, and he described it perfectly as a fire that can either light the path for justice or just burn everything down. So that brings us to our big question. How do we control? Okay, so first we have to really get what anger actually is, because it's not just this evil, bad thing. No, it's way more complicated than that. At its very core, anger is just a form of energy. Think of it as this raw power we're giving for a reason, to defend what's right, to protect people, to stand up when something's wrong. The energy itself, it's neutral. The real question is, what are we going to do with it? Al-Ghazali used this brilliant metaphor for this. He said, think of your anger like a fire. When it's contained in a fireplace, it gives warmth, light, comfort. It's a good thing. But if that exact same fire gets out of control, well, it becomes a wildfire that just destroys everything in its path. And let's be real, an uncontrolled fire always turns on its master. It spikes your heart rate, it completely fogs your mind so you can't think straight, then comes that crushing guilt afterward. And man, does it burn relationships. I mean, how many friendships have just been vaporized over a few words spoken in a flash of heat? Now, this is an ancient problem, for sure. But today, it's got this uniquely modern complication. It's not just our own internal triggers we have to deal with anymore. We are living in what people call the outrage economy. Just think about it for a second. Your social media feeds, the news headlines, the comment sections, so much of it is literally designed to make us angry. And why? It's simple. Because an angry mind clicks more, comments more, and shares more. In this new economy, your anger has actually become a product. And here is the hard truth, the real bottom line. If you don't learn how to manage your own fire, the outrage economy will be more than happy to use it for you. It'll keep you burning, it'll keep you engaged, and it'll turn your energy into their fuel. So how do we fight back against all this? How do we take back control of our own fire? Well, thankfully, that same ancient wisdom gives us a powerful, timeless remedy.
So what was the actual practical advice for putting out these internal fires before they get out of control? Well, it's a surprisingly simple but incredibly profound 3-step process.
Okay, here's the remedy. It's 3 steps. First, and this is the most important, pause. The second you feel that spark, just stop. Don't say anything, don't text, don't type a single word. Remember, words you fire off in anger are like arrows. Once they're gone, you can never, ever take them back. Second, change your state. I mean, physically move your body. If you're standing up, sit down, take a really deep breath, go splash some cold water on your face. This physical shift literally breaks the emotional momentum. And finally, step 3 is to reflect. After the heat of the moment has passed, you ask yourself, what was the real root of that anger? Was it my pride? Was I afraid? Or was this a genuine injustice? See, this is how you turn a blind reaction into real self-awareness. And what this does is completely reframe what power looks like. Real strength, it isn't found in how loud you can shout or how big your outburst is. No, it's found in that quiet, disciplined ability to stay calm and in control, especially when you have every reason to explode. So that 3-step remedy is amazing for when you're in the heat of the moment. But what about the long game? How do we build up our resilience? How do we kind of fireproof our minds? You've got to train for it. Think of all those little daily annoyances, like the Wi-Fi being slow or somebody making a tiny mistake. Think of those as a gym for your soul. Each one is a rep, a chance to practice patience. And surround yourself with people who have a calming vibe, not people who just hype you up and feed your rage.
And finally, just accept that you're human. You're gonna slip up, and when you do, apologize. Do it quickly and do it sincerely. Owning your fire doesn't make you weak, it just makes you real.
So really, when you boil it all down, it comes to a choice. Every single day, you get to decide what your anger is going to be. And this is the choice right here. Is your anger going to be a controlled torch that you choose to hold, one that lights the way for truth and justice? Or is it going to become an uncontrollable blaze that holds you captive, just burning everything down with regret?
So look, the final question isn't whether or not you're going to feel anger. You will. We all will. The real question, the one you have to answer for yourself, is this: what in your life is truly worth fighting for? Because when you know the answer to that, you'll know exactly how to use your fire.